Hello dear students. Today we are going to start 8th lesson of your book Fire, Friend and Foe. Fire meaning how fire is your friend as well as your enemy too. Foe meaning enemy. Fire is both useful and dangerous. What is fire? How did we discover it? How do we control it? This lesson will help you to answer all these questions. So, dear children, let's start it. Early man didn't know what fire was, but he must have seen the damage it could cause. Early man, when civilization did not come, early man, though he did not know what was fire, but he would have seen the destruction the fire could make possible. He must have watched lightning and volcanoes long before he began to use fire himself. And how he was familiar with the effect of fire? Because he must have watched the lightning, the natural thing. He must have watched the natural thing like volcanoes, like lightning, before he had started using the fire. Fire was powerful and dangerous, and he was frightened. When he noticed the dangerous capability of fire, then he was frightened because of fire. Fire may have puzzled, meaning confused, early men, but we now know that fire is the result of a chemical reaction. Maybe for early man, fire was a puzzling thing. Early man was puzzled because of fire, but we all are aware that fire is a chemical reaction. When the oxygen and the air combines with carbon and hydrogen in a fuel, a chemical reaction takes place. And if it is a chemical reaction, what is the combination of this chemical reaction? It is the mixture of oxygen, carbon dioxide and hydrogen. And when it reacts with something, then fire could take place. Energy in the form of heat and light is released in this process. And how do we know that this chemical reaction had completed and fire is ready? Because heat, lots of energy generate. This is what we call fire. This is what we call the fourth source of energy is called fire. Three things are needed to make fire. Now, till yet we have learned fire is a chemical reaction. Early men were frightened with fire because he had seen the dangerous effect of fire. Now we will get to know how many things are needed to make fire. Three things are needed to make fire: fuel, oxygen and heat. These three things are needed. Fuel is needed. Without oxygen, no fire possible. Without heat, fire not possible. Wood, coal, cooking gas and petrol are some examples of fuel. These all are some of the examples. Oxygen comes from the air. That is why when you blow on smoldering paper, it often bursts into flame. The third thing needed to make fire is heat. See, the third thing which is needed for fire is heat. If you have oxygen, if you have fuel, but without heat, fire is not possible. Fuel and oxygen do not make fire by themselves, or else a newspaper or a stick laying in the open would catch fire on its own. To burn a piece of paper or wood, we heat it before it catches fire. See, only if the oxygen and the thing cannot make fire, we need heat also to make fire. Without heat, fire is impossible. We generally do it with a lighted match. And how we generate fire? With the help of match. Every fuel has a particular temperature at which it begins to burn. This temperature is called the flash point. Dear children, this flash point is very important, and this explanation is equally important. Listen it very carefully. This flash point, see, every material needs a set amount of heating to start burning, and this point is called flash point at which a thing start boiling or start burning. So this flash point or kindling temperature of the fuel, at which temperature a thing start burning, is called flash point or kindling temperature of the fuel. It is sometimes said that fire is a good servant but a bad master. It is a very important saying that fire is a good servant. If you know how to control fire, then it will serve you very nicely, but it's a bad master. It only means that fire is very useful as long as it is kept under control. If fire is under your control, then it is always good. But if fire starts controlling you, then it is very dangerous. For instance, for example, we use it to cook our food, warm our homes in winter, and to generate electricity. Some good uses of fire are cooking food, it helped. Without fire, we cannot cook our food. Warming our houses in winter time, fire is needed for that in any form. And generate electricity. These are the good purposes of fire. But on the other hand, now the different side of the coin, if fire gets out of control, it can be very dangerous. If fire would be out of control, then surely it's going to be very dangerous for you, for everybody. Each year, thousands of homes and shops are damaged by fire. How it is dangerous? Every year, every time you might have seen, might have read the newspaper where damaged of fire. Lots of houses, buildings get lost because of the damage or the powerful condition of fire. So these are the negative aspects of fire. Vast areas of forest are also destroyed and hundreds of people are killed or injured. Not only it is killing the human being, but the forests are also being killed in good amount, in big amount. Just as three things are needed to start a fire, there are three main ways in which a fire can be put out. Put out meaning to reduce, to kill. In each one of the three things needed for burning it, take away. See, as three things are needed to make fire, so three things are needed to stop it as well. If we will take all the three things which are needed to make fire, that is heat. If heat will not be there, fire is not possible. If oxygen is not there, fire is not possible. If a burning element is not there, fire is not possible. So I hope all of you have followed. Today I am just stopping it here only, and for the remaining part I will make another video. Thank you.